ago, a little over a week ago, we were at about 29,000 or so. So pulling back slightly after topping 40,000.
So, I hear you're ready to start learning how you can make your money make you more money. Today I'm going to teach you how to invest on Cash App, so buying and selling stocks, and I'm also going to give you some recommendations on what you should buy. Let's jump into this video. Alright guys, here we are on Cash App, and now I'm going to show you how to buy and sell stocks. So first things first, we're going to switch off of the pay page where you can pay people, and we're going to go to the one just right of it. This is the investing page. You'll see stocks and Bitcoin, and then you'll see investing for everybody. Right under the investing for everybody part, you'll actually see some of the top company stocks. So right here we can see Walmart, Apple, Disney, McDonald's, Visa, AT&T, Nike. These will just be some of the top stocks for that day. I don't know if they change, but it's just some top stocks. So before I take you over the buying process, I'm just going to go over what this page has on its homepage, which is just some stock news, so CNN, CNBC. Then we go down to different stock categories. So you have ETFs, food and drink stocks, health stocks, media and entertainment stocks, shopping, sports, tech. And then right under that, we have the most traded monthly stocks. So these are the stocks with the highest trading volume, meaning the most people are buying and selling these stocks within that month. So I don't know how many people bought and sold Tesla, but apparently it's a lot. So you have Tesla, Apple, and Amazon stock on there, and you can swipe over and see all the other stocks that are on there as well. And right under that, you have the biggest daily movers, which is companies that have moved the most within today. So there's Pinterest on here. I haven't heard of a lot of these. A lot of these, the big daily movers, they aren't very popular stocks, and that's why they move so much, because there's a lower trading volume, so it takes less people selling for them to move a lot. Although Pinterest is a big one. So as you can see, some of these are up 21%, which is ridiculous for the day, and some of them are down 20%, which is also ridiculous for one day. All right, so now what we're looking for in stocks is we want to discover a stock. So go ahead and click on that, boom. And now we can search for a name or a ticker. So if you already have a stock in mind that you want to buy, then you can go ahead and search that up. So I'll search up VOO, which it'll pop up with the Vanguard S&P 500, and that's the easiest way to find the stock that you're looking for. However, if you don't know what stock you want, then you can go and look in these categories. Here we have the newly added stocks, which will probably be like Robinhood, Duolingo, all those. Yeah, there we go, Robinhood, Duolingo. And then we have another banking and finance category, so that'll probably be Visa, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, PayPal. Business services, I think Zillow's in here, I'm not entirely sure. Yep, there's Zillow. Energy stocks, so Tesla, Exxon, Chevron, all the oil stocks, all the gas stocks, all that stuff. Also solar stocks would be in there as well. Then you have ETFs, which are index funds, which I'm going to explain later in this video. This is where I would recommend most people start, because they're a lot safer than individual stocks. So I will go over that later, but this is a good place to start. So here we have SPY, which is the S&P 500. Food and drink stocks, so restaurants and like big corporations like Walmart, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Chipotle, McDonald's. And it goes down and down. I'm not going to go into each one of these, but there's a lot. Although technology is a very important one. So there's Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, a bunch of stocks. This is another place I'd recommend you start off, just because tech stocks are amazing and they grow super fast, but they can also fall very fast, so you have to do your research. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy a stock. So I'm going to search in the ticker symbol. I'm going to search VOO. So here we have the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. You can change the day of the pattern, so you can look at the price changing throughout the day. You can look at the price changing throughout the week. You can look at the price changing throughout the month. It's up 1.63% this month, which is pretty on par with its average, so that's good. You can check it over the year, 33% this year, that's really good. So you can buy or follow this stock. I'm going to go ahead and just follow it, and then I think it'll show up on my homepage. Then you can read a little bit about it, see what it's all about. This is good if you're researching a company. See where its headquarters are, share price, Doesn't look like, I guess that wouldn't be, this is an index fund, so they don't have market cap and all that. All right, so now we go ahead and buy. So it gives me the option to buy $1, $10, $20, or $50. In here, you can also put however much you want to buy. So I can buy $5,000 if I wanted to. However, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to buy $1. So I go ahead and buy that $1 of that index fund, and boom. All right, so I just verified my identity really quick. So now I'm going to buy this $1 of VOO. So schedule that, and it's actually the weekend, so I can't buy it, but there should be a buy symbol there when it's a weekday between 9 to 5 EST. So as you can see, my order will be placed on Monday at 9:30 a.m. So that is how you buy a stock. And selling is essentially the same. You just click sell and then sell that stock. Before I go on to recommending investments, I'm going to show you how you can buy Bitcoin. So up here in the very top, it has stocks and then Bitcoin. So we go over to Bitcoin. You can see buy Bitcoin instantly. It's $41,000 right now. So you can see it's up 5% today. You can check the week, 22% this week. Boom. All right. So go ahead and buy $1. Next. Touch ID. I'll go ahead and enter my PIN. All right, and now I'm just confirming my purchase for $1 of Bitcoin. So I go ahead and confirm. And boom, I've purchased 0.0002335 Bitcoin. So the more money you put in, the more potential you have to make even more money. And this way your money doesn't get lost to inflation, which is a very huge thing because inflation is about 3% a year. So just by leaving your money in a savings account, you're losing about 3% of that money each year. So investing in stocks and crypto can be a very helpful way to make sure that your money does not lose extra money, so that your money can actually make you more money. All right, now I'm going to go over what stocks or crypto you should actually buy depending on your investing strategy. Let's get to it. All right, now that we've gone over how to buy and sell stocks, let me give you some of my recommendations on what you should buy to make your money grow over the long term. I will give you 3 different types of investments, and you can choose whichever one you want based on your goals. Also, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a finance nerd, so don't take my word on it. I'm just a random person on the internet, so do your own research and come to your own conclusions. The first option when investing in stocks is buying an index fund. An index fund is essentially a stock that has a bunch of stocks within it. So if you look at VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 index fund, that has the 500 top US companies inside that one stock. And that one stock, also known as VOO, which is its ticker symbol, is at a very reasonable price. So you can own all those top 500 companies without having to spend an exorbitant amount of money. Now, index funds are generally a lot more safe because they're diversified, which means they have a bunch of stocks. So if one stock were to go down, then the entire thing wouldn't go down by much. It would be offset by all the other 500 stocks within that index fund. And I'm using VOO as that example. These index funds usually provide consistent long-term growth, anywhere from like 5% to 11% per year. Some years this growth will be more, but some years it will be less. Some years it might even be negative if the market has a really bad year, but overall it averages out to around 10% per year. The best strategy when investing in index funds is just put your money in each month and just forget about it. Index funds require no work by you, so literally just putting a recurring payment and just buying an index fund every month will allow you to hit the highs and the lows in the market, and you just never have to think about it. So it's a very stress-free way to invest. My favorite index funds are VOO and VTSAX. VOO is the Vanguard S&P 500 fund, which means, like I said earlier, it has the top 500 companies in the US inside it. And then VTSAX or VTSAX. VTSAX is the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index fund, so I think it has around 3,600 stocks within it. So it tracks the overall stock market. Again, this is the easiest way to invest, and honestly, this is the way that I would recommend the average person to invest. Unless you're willing to put in a lot of time researching individual stocks, which I'm about to talk about, then index funds are usually the better option. I mean, it requires no work, you get consistent gains, and it's not very risky, it's very safe, although you can still lose money. All right, let's talk about individual stocks. When buying an individual stock, sometimes you can beat the index funds. That means you can get more than around 10% per year on these, but sometimes you'll lose a lot more money than if you invested into an index fund. These stocks are generally more risky, and that's just because it's one company. It's not 500 companies. So if that one company were to have a really bad year, then your portfolio would have a really bad year. However, saying that, when you do invest in individual stocks, you will not just hold one stock. You maybe should hold 3 in the beginning if you're starting off with very little money. And then as you get more money, you should buy more and more stocks to more diversify your portfolio. The secret when investing in individual stocks is that you have to research the companies. You should go over their balance sheets, listen to their conference calls. It requires a lot of time. If you want to learn how to research like a stock from beginning to end, then I'll link a video up here, but honestly, most people are good just going with index funds. My strategy when it comes to buying individual stocks is I just look at companies that I really believe in. And these are usually tech companies like Apple or Tesla or Google or Amazon or any of those. I'm not saying that I own any of those, but I'm saying those are all big tech stocks that I think will do pretty well over the next 10 years. Now notice that all the stock plays that I'm talking about, I'm looking at over the next 5, 10, 20 years. I'm not looking at them over the next month. That is when you get into risky behavior, and that's when it becomes more like gambling than investing. Investing in the short term is really risky because you never know what's going to happen over the next couple months or years. Like for example, March 2020, we had no idea that an illness would come over the world and completely crash the stocks. If you were buying short-term options or shares right before March, and then March hit, you'd be in a pretty bad place at the bottom of the market. If you were forced to sell or actually needed that money, then you'd be forced to sell at the bottom. That's why it's much better to invest over the long run, so you don't even have to worry about short-term inconveniences like the illness. All right, now I'm going to talk about the third asset class, and that is crypto. When it comes to crypto, you can make a lot of money, but you have to understand the risks. The best way to go about investing in cryptocurrency is don't just follow the hype that you see on the news. Actually research each cryptocurrency. Like look into Bitcoin, learn how Bitcoin works, and learn how it's going to evolve over the next coming years. Same thing with Ethereum. I will say that I personally am not a fan of any altcoins. I just honestly haven't done the research, so maybe I'm missing out, but I think they're too risky, and so I usually stick with the big two, which is just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, like I said, I don't invest in altcoins, but that does not mean that there's not good altcoins out there. If you really wanted to do the research and learn how all these coins work, then you could pick and choose the few that are going to do well over the next couple of years. Personally, I'm just not interested in spending that time to figure that out, but that is something that you could look into if you wanted to. Now, one con of investing in crypto on Cash App is that you cannot earn interest on your crypto. Brokerages like BlockFi or Gemini allow you to earn interest on your crypto, so you can earn like 3% on Bitcoin or like, I don't know, 2% on Ethereum. I don't know what the actual numbers are right now. I'll put them up right here, but you can earn interest, which is great. So you get the appreciation of Bitcoin and Ethereum or whatever coin you're in. And then you also get the interest that's guaranteed on your cryptocurrency by these brokerages like lending out your crypto to other people or institutions. Think about when you get a loan from the bank, you have to pay interest on that loan. It's essentially the same thing, except you're lending out your money to something else. So that is why I personally don't think Cash App is the best place to invest in crypto, although it's fine if you're just starting out and you can make a lot of money by investing in crypto, but you can also lose a lot.
Hello everybody, this is Editing Linden. If you want to get some free Bitcoin, then go ahead and sign up for Gemini using the link in my description.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video taught you something new and helped you invest on Cash App. If you want to learn more about growing your wealth, investing, in the stock market, then I recommend that you follow along with my channel by subscribing. If you have any questions about anything in this video, make sure to comment them down below and I will get back to you. Thank you all and have a great day.